That's what we're doing a round of applause. Everything seems to be working. Nothing seems to be broken.
It's a round of applause. Yeah, yeah, we're live. I can see the game. You know what's funny is that this is a tree falling in the forest because according to Twitch, no one's here to see this. It's like, did I really have a stream without issues? Who can say?
Are you Gen Conning tomorrow?
I am. Yeah, I'm gonna
Woo!
be there probably. I don't think I'm not gonna stay the whole time. I'm probably gonna leave like Saturday morning or something. But
Okay. How bad of a drive is that for you?
it's like 3 hours.
Well, that ain't bad.
No. But we are back playing Chrono Trigger.
We are.
And if you remember, last time we were found not guilty and thrown in prison anyway.
You know, we didn't do anything wrong. We did everything right.
I did everything right and they indicted me.
It's true. It happened in real life. Fuck. I owe all of my most upsetting uncles an apology.
Wait, no, open all the way.
So we should try to recap what happened for the people who weren't here. Although I guess you can do that by going to our YouTube page and watching the streams back.
That's true. That's true. I mean, if you weren't lazy.
Hey,
if
you don't make an extra 2 hours in your life for us now, shit's getting worse for you instantly. Within the next 2 hours, right now. It'll get bad. You won't have a good time.
Your debt's about to pile up.
That's right. Your karmic debt.
There's a way to get in there, isn't there?
What?
Into this cell?
Yeah.
Is it from above? Do I have to do something else to get the gate to open all the way? I forget.
I think you climb in through the window.
But the window is a little slit.
Oh.
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about. There is one where you climb in through the window. I don't think it's this one.
Oh, it might not be.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's like, here's a potion. The wind noise in this game has always been the most upsetting to me.
Oh, Danger Russians in the chat doing things we don't need help with.
Yeah, no, the best viewers are the ones that are already here.
Agree. And then, never two, I'm going to say, the second best users, the ones that are trying to scam us. And we believe in hierarchy here, so get the fuck out, bud.
And wait, is the third best the ones that aren't here?
Yeah. Because, I mean, they're not actively scamming us, but, what does that say for you? You're not watching us and you're not scamming us? Where's the attention that we deserve?
That's fair. Uh-oh. We've been found, so you're the escaped con. Yes, sir.
The Omnicrone.
Slash does
what an
0
insanely
damage?
strange name.
Why does Slash do 0 damage? But, my regular attacks do damage.
Maybe tech defense?
Yeah, sure.
Enemy stat for, MP defense. Could be wrong. Could be very wrong.
You know what? They don't pay you enough for this. That's true.
Doug, I agree. That's a good statement to be making. Nice to see you, T Martin G. Starman also in the chat saying that you might climb down through that toilet. You might climb down through the toilet, bud.
You already know I'm gonna climb through that toilet.
You're going head first into the drink.
Oh, these guys can only be damaged when they peek out. That's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah. They might even counterattack when their shield is up. But that might be the different, like, gold color ones. D-RNG says, isn't there a convention or something going on? Yes, Gen Con is happening tomorrow, but thankfully Mike Bachman is a celebrity and will be flown in directly Taylor Swift style, so we don't have to worry about it.
I had a dream last night.
Okay.
Speaking of being flown in, I had a dream that I was asked to be on the next season of Jet Lag the Game, which Jet Lag the Game is like a YouTube series where they do things like we play tag across Europe or something like that, and it's basically like figuring out the train schedule. like it's actually it's super great. I like it, but like I had a dream that they were like, hey, we want you to be on the next season and you got to fly out to Australia today. Like, go get on a plane. Whatever you're doing, drop it. Go get on a plane. So I get on a plane. The plane starts driving me there. Not flying, driving me there. On the freeway. Like, passing cars and stuff. There was a musical number, but, like, in like, a typical dream fashion, I couldn't make out the music. And the whole thing was confusing to me because I'm like, Gen Con's tomorrow. How am I gonna make this work? And then I went into the back of the plane. There was a like the back room at like a 1920s speakeasy. There was a table with a friend of mine and like four other nondescript people sitting around this table, sipping drinks, and they were like, "We're flying to Australia to get a good deal on Legos." Then I woke up.
That is like the most travel blog ass 2006 dream I've ever heard in my life. Flying Australia for cheap Legos?
Yeah, I mean,
oh my god.
I don't know why Australia would have cheap Legos, but apparently that's the tip.
Me and the boys taking a 3-week vacation to the Gold Coast in order to get them the big Lego deals. We're just balling out crazy. We're filling up every credit card.
Oh, okay. I can see the hole in the floor that I would go down, and then there's the entry through the window.
Cat doing a cute little lizard guy emoji. We like to see that. Starman says, I love hearing about other people's dreams. Most people don't, but I find it fascinating. I think talking about dreams is interesting. I don't know.
You think most people don't like hearing about other people's dreams?
Yeah. I don't believe that. I'm not signing up for that. Dreams are cool. Sometimes they're boring, but that's like the worst you could say about them. And like, I don't know, I have boring dreams. That's not like a place of insecurity.
You know where I think the musical number came from in my dream?
Huh.
I feel like it was a vague reference, like a subconscious reference to a movie which I've not seen, Soul Plane. I think that's what my brain was trying to tell me.
Now, do you know that Soul Plane is not a musical?
I do now. I've always suspected that it wasn't, but now that you've said this, I have confirmation.
You've suspected. Look, I've had my theories about this movie I have seen.
I'm on the Soul Plane blogs. And when there's a lot of conspiracies surrounding it.
You know, you weren't there when the Soul Plane forums were really popping, and that's where the real conversations.
Where were you when the Soul Plane hit the second tower? Do you think they made a 9/11 joke in that movie? They couldn't have, right? When did it come out?
It was definitely post 9/11. Definitely.
It probably wasn't late enough.
Let me see. Okay, what year would be late enough?
2003. I don't
Okay,
know.
it's
I don't know.
2004. It's 2004.
That's true. They could have.
Oh, see, now I've got that Wikipedia up. So I've got a dual monitor set up now, so we can talk about Soul Plane more. Um, I can research it while we're talking.
Did you
And
not
like,
have one previously?
not for streaming. I set up at like a little office desk in my side room.
Gotcha.
Um, but like, you're not ready for this. You're really not ready for this. One of the writers of Soul Plane is named Bo Zenga.
I refuse.
Like a human being named Bazinga. That's so brutal.
Yeah, I
The
refuse. No,
The
sir.
Dork Boy TV show ruined that man's life. That was a cool name until that came out, and now he'll never be respected
Was
for
it?
his accomplishments. What? Bozenga? Bozenga's a cool name, right? Zenga is a sick last name.
It's one of the names of all time.
Zenga? No, I'm giving it to Zenga. How many did you get with this
Zenga,
name?
like the Facebook, mobile game dev.
Zenga.
Okay, that was theirs was Zynga.
Yeah. This is Zynga.
Zynga. Zynga. So you can wait for these dudes to turn their back, but I don't think you get experience for the one-shotting them.
No, I think you get an increased crit chance, maybe.
Well, no, if they turn around, you can do that instant takeout, instant takedown thing. But I don't think you get anything for doing that.
That makes sense. A lot of people in Soul Plane. There are a lot of people. There's a character in Soul Plane named False Denzel, which sounds like a Shakespeare character.
Yeah, that's for true. Okay, so where is this opening? Because I know you have to crawl out one of these and then you climb down the wall.
Zenga.
No, I had the other one selected. Get out of here.
You know, the Soul Plane movie is not well liked, Mike. It was not a hit.
Why?
I don't know. I think most of from what I can tell in the Wikipedia, most of the reviews say that the issues with Soul Plane were racial, which I don't even want to think about that.
I think the thing I didn't like about it is that I didn't see it.
Hey, you're in toilet mode, buddy.
Let's go. Also, how sinister is it to have a toilet just open to the cell below? Load sword.
All I will say is that it sends the person below you a very powerful message.
That's true. There's a real hierarchy at this prison.
There really is. Says, oh, okay, we got Big Bang Theory discourse in the chat, which is I did not expect. I never understood the appeal of the Big Bang Theory, even though I do like the actors. Good on them for making money. That's D. Martin G. Starman says, I also couldn't get into it. It was funny on occasion, but trying to watch it was a bit frustrating. It was a bad, stupid show.
It's just it always came across to me just sterilized. This is what dudes in a boardroom thought nerds were like.
Yeah.
I
Nope.
always thought of the IT crowd as a better alternative for like that type of premise.
I just think it nothing lands. Like there's not a lot of jokes. They don't hit hard. They're not like the pace of jokes is pretty infrequent. The fact that
Right.
they're meant awkward social situations, they're painfully fucking boring is the issue.
Hmm.
Like no stakes to anything, no one ever gets their feelings hurt in any meaningful way. Nobody falls down a flight of stairs and lands on their own head. So yeah, fuck it. I'm not saying every show needs to be the Three Stooges, but if you're going to make a show and you can't do anything else, you can at least do the Three Stooges.
Yes, let's go, Luca.
Sheldon could have been hitting people with like a lacrosse stick or something, and that show would be instantly better.
That'd be okay. Care to read it?
And I'm not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dragon
Hey,
Tank Owner's Manual.
I appreciate how cavalier the game is about shit like that. It's like literally a manual on how to beat the boss in front of you. It's shameless in a way, but I respect it. D. Martin G is approving of the crowd reference, so you got a fan. You got a fan.
Yeah, and I think some of those actors ended up being like shitboxes later, but it is what it is.
That's comedy in general, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like as soon as you hit 35, something happens to your brain in the comedy space, and it's almost universally bad. Steve Martin escaped by becoming a grandmother.
All right, time for the tank fight.
I mean, it's an evil tank that sticks its tongue out at you. What can you say about this game that isn't said by what's happening in front of you? Sorry, I would not put up with Sheldon's BS no matter how smart he is.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. I tell him to get therapy, maybe get a hobby.
There we go.
Faced. D. Martin G says, I hope Chris O'Dowd isn't a shitbox because I love his stuff. Let's take a look and see.
Spin the wheel of shit.
It looks like the most controversial thing about Chris Dowd is that he's a Reddit atheist.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
I'm going to read a quote. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Chris O'Dowd says he has developed an anti-theist philosophy and believes religion is going to be like racism in terms of social unacceptability in the future.
I guess.
Someone in the chat asked Reddit atheist. That's simple. The guy compared atheism to racism to make a point, which is baffling and incoherent, but also like kind of indicative of a sort of guy who likes to argue online.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Of all quirks to have, that's not a bad quirk. That's fine. Those kind of guys are like dying out. You need to preserve them.
Yeah. Yeah, where's the Internet Archive? 40 experience points. Here, sickest part in the beginning of the game. Here we go.
You stabbed the shit out of that.
God. Dude, little like preteen me watching that shit happen. Oh. God. Fist in the air.
The fucking lightning coming out of the sword.
And then you walk over the back of the Chancellor. This is very good.
That feels very One Piece coded.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm not sure what's going on in the chat. Starian says, I did have a crush on John Galecki from Roseanne. And then...
Oh, yeah.
What, is he the one with bangs? He's the bangs
Yeah, I
guy?
think so.
Okay. And then... D. Martin G says, I'm pretty sure Noel Fielding is okay. I like the baking show. Are we going through, like, who's problematic in UK media? Or wait, do I have to see if John Galecki's been canceled for having?
Yeah, find out. I mean, he's still on Roseanne.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry, he's on The Connors. You...
God, he became like one of the fucking Property Brothers. Like he's one of the most normal looking guys I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
He escaped out of the Big Bang Theory and just developed like a Midwestern beard situation. I cannot tell if he's problematic. I don't know. I don't think so. I think he just might be like getting that bag, you know?
You pick up strange ideas venturing outside the castle walls.
Okay, I think the only thing... there's nothing here about him being problematic. He did name his son Orbison. This is my son Orb.
I kind of... The sun is an orb. Maybe... I don't know. I can see it.
Would you call him Orby?
Yeah, I didn't watch the reboot of Roseanne, but didn't Roseanne Barr get kicked off the show for making racist remarks? Sure did. And
racist remarks is like a small part of it.
Yeah.
There's so many other upsetting things that she says.
The wild part is that, like, the original Roseanne ended with her husband getting killed off. Like, he has a heart attack and dies. And then they're like, oh, JK, LOL, I was just writing that in a book. And they brought the show back. And then they actually killed off Roseanne.
Wait, they killed her?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. They're like, nope, she's dead.
That's kind of awesome.
I don't even think they ever, like, from what I've seen of it, I've seen a few episodes, I don't even think they ever call her by name either. they're just like, yeah, when your mom died, or something like that. But
there's something very funny to that where it's like the character dies and then the show becomes about how people won't remember you after you die. That's so grim.
Uh-oh, we're being chased by soldiers. They're gonna chase us back in time.
D. Martin G says, yes, her character is super dead. The phrase super dead is very good. I like that.
This part always bugged me. Because, like, I realize mechanically this is a dead end. Right?
Okay.
There's collisions and hitboxes and stuff keeping me from walking out of here. But they're like, we're being chased by 6 guys We've killed way more than that. But, like, our only escape here from this clearing of trees that have, like, large gaps in between them is to go back in time.
Maybe you don't want to kill 6 adult men with a
They
sword.
don't have to. That's my thing. It's both they can, but also they don't have to. You just got done escaping from prison where I knocked people out. So Chrono's capable of non-lethal blows.
Maybe he's only capable of non-lethal blows.
I only hang out with my non-lethal bros.
Non-lethal blows. Dude, can you imagine earning lethal bro status? How good that would feel?
Oh my god.
Like, yeah, this is my friend. He's problematic, but he can kill you.
On the other side of things, they're like, we don't know where this gate's gonna lead us, and the princess is like, who cares? This place sucks, and that's a vibe. I get that.
True. That's true. You don't want to get arrested a second time.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, I would be pretty pissed about not being able to take the frog with me wherever I'm going. Like, because then you're like, you know, you travel to the past and it's worse than you expect, so you don't develop expectations. Except like, oh wait, there's a sick ass frog guy who lives here and he's super nice with it.
Mm-hmm. They disappeared?
You'd want to put him through the portal. You'd want to show him what's happened in 400 years of bread technology.
You won't believe the shapes they figured out how to make noodles into.
You have to imagine that's the shit that was really popping, like, in, you know, way, way back in medieval times, where, like, yo, they developed a new type of yeast, and that's, like, the most eventful thing to happen for 20 years.
SpongeBob characters in your mac and cheese. I think one of the funniest things I saw in a like screenshot of a Reddit comment or something somewhere on the internet was somebody calling it mac and roni cheese.
Mac and roni.
And that did it for me for a long time. I think that was all I needed. I didn't consume any other jokes for probably a good few months.
Speaking of jokes, Plumcore needs to update. They're not doing that.
That's true. Yeah, they've fallen off, and I don't like it.
No, it's not good. The Wizards video was so good. That's how you're gonna go out? Come on. We need more.
Lucas says the civilization here seems so advanced. All you've seen is that their walls are made out of metal. Like, that's a ship. You're fine.
D. Martin G says, I never thought about it like that, June. Well, I pray that you don't have to. World map sprites are so good in this game.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, and then when you stand there for a while, hold on. And they do the little arm flap. Got any cash? Yeah. He's got a gun. He's got some armor.
Own shift though, because like you just had a wacky adventure in Arthurian times,
Uh-huh.
and then immediately the first thing you do is buy a pistol from a homeless guy.
So
I'm just saying, it's like, oh, the game's gonna try to be serious here for a hot second, right after you walked over the Chancellor's back in a human bridge. Well, now you're buying a Glock, and you need it.
That's true. That's true.
Thing I love about this game, Mike,
Yeah.
the graphics for the elemental attunement for each character are so charming, so silly. Look, like they're so out of touch with everything else in the game. It's the only time you see those fonts in the game. Like it never comes up in any other part of the game. I just love it. I don't know why.
Uh-huh.
It's just like a little bit of charm.
And it's not even like particularly important.
Oh, it's just a little flair. Like the guy who was doing the menu decided to stunt one afternoon. Cool, thank you.
Truce Dome, never heard of it. This is Trandome. I don't... This always confused me, because I think this is in response to a conversation that I haven't had yet. Like, we don't know that we're looking for Truce Dome until later.
No, true, that's true. God, I love the Anartron.
Yeah. They're so excited. But you're still hungry.
Really great. It's like, here's this wonderful thing that gives you everything you want mechanically, but like, also you need to be told that it's not a satisfying experience because the future stinks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's kill some rats. Oh, I forgot they steal shit. Fuck.
Yes, they do.
Berserker.
Also, those like bird plant looking things are surprisingly strong.
Stop. I really hate using text on anything that's only going to hit a single dude.
Yes.
Like, even if it's like on paper the best thing to do in a situation, I hate doing it. And I probably won't.
Easier than I thought. Maybe just the healing is obnoxious.
Yeah. But like you can kill them in kill like the stuff they're healing in like one round, so it's not super bad.
Creators either. I just know that the future is when they start introducing more AoE stuff, and that's like where the challenge of the game is because like you're so limited on what you can feel.
They probably are a little bit like they probably are harder than it's coming across right now. They just forgot that I'm him.
shading on these like background elements in the stage are just they feel like Squaresoft. I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah.
It's like very very stylistic, present in like 6 and a handful of other things.
It feels like colors that like not a lot of other developers were using.
That's true. And they aren't blacks, they're like a deep blue. Almost a gray.
I thought these guys were too far away to get all 3, but here we are. That's the other nice little touch. Like, when you do a move like that and you kill 3 dudes at once, and Chrono stays with his back turned and sword drawn until they all disappear, and then he puts it away. Like, fuck, dude.
Absolutely.
Why can't real teens be this cool?
See, real teens?
Yeah.
Have you given a teen a katana to see what happens? No.
just we haven't really experimented.
That's right. We're not giving kids the opportunity to grow up with a sword in their hands, and that's on us as a culture.
The sword that's bigger than their entire body.
Yes. Don't you
I
think
think you can get all 5 here.
Don't you think Cloud Sephiroth grew up to be a normal guy? Come on now.
Ah, come on. Only 4? That sucks. Spooky.
Luckiest thing you've run into so far, and they literally have googly eyes.
It's wild to me how much the muscle memory of, oh, there's a chest here. Like, it's been a while since I played this. Miss, get out of here.
You missed?
Yeah. Oh, do they just... I think all the just regular physical attacks miss. Actually.
They're like spooky ghost guys or something?
Yeah. Well, I won't make that mistake again. Fool me 3 times, shame on you. Yeah, let's... We can get this guy, why not?
Kill Big Tomato?
I forget what he does.
That is just a phenomenal character design.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I forgot he's got those balls.
Love the random skull just on the ground. Doesn't mean anything. Can't click on it. Just for bad vibes.
Oh, this is where we go down to fix like the refrigerator, right?
I like the implication that just like dozens of people were eaten by those tomato monsters that live in a car.
Also, now we canonically know that all those people are level 8 or lower.
You learn you're not level 8. That's a Vegeta lifestyle. You just die instantly and you're like, I'm not strong enough.
Let's rest in the Enertron.
Let me guess, you're still hungry?
I'm still a little peckish. Yeah, I could eat.
I could eat. I could eat.
Alright, what you got for all the stuff that I already bought? Alright. Gotta try, right? Listen, we're just here so we don't get arrested. We're only here because there's a warrant out.
It's the time stream equivalent of Florida, okay? Just let it happen. So interesting bit here, a little bit of emulation history. That little console right there is where emulators would hang up on because they couldn't handle multiple inputs at the same time. And so you would get gated at this dome where it asks you to enter a password. And the first emulator basically come for a workaround around that when it came to handling the input, where it was ZSNES, which is what established it as one of the earlier emulators, along with SNES 9X.
Sick. Boss time. This is not that long after the last boss.
No. A little bit of a boss rush. especially compared to other games. Like, the dungeons are pretty sizable, though. Like, once you actually get a dungeon, you can bite into it a bit.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Alright. I have a feeling there's a counterattack or something in my future. Oh, it just does 0. Okay.
No, you're getting Delta attack, too.
Yeah. Yeah. I was trying to select one of the bits, but I missed.
Good pun. Good pun all around, Ted Wosley. Nice job.
Come on.
You know, I'm gonna do the impossible here, Mike, and I'm gonna do my best to critique this game. But I think that early game Luca's a little underleveled or underuseful.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't do a ton. She's meant to be your sort of like caster archetype, but you know, her fire thing only does like 10 more damage than her normals.
But it's the only good combo skill you get early game.
I mean, Aura Whirl is useful.
Yeah.
If you need to heal your team, I mean...
I should... Offensive, I should say.
Yeah, that's true. But, like, the gap between the damage that Chrono deals and Luca deals, even though Luca's meant to be, like, a caster with low HP, they ain't the same at all.
It's because Chrono had those 2 power tabs early game.
You think that would change if... I don't think it would change much if you...
No. I definitely don't think it changes much.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I don't think she does a ton of damage. I don't think either of the characters do a ton of damage. Aside from Chrono.
At least she's a good healer, at least, right? Like...
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, like, Luca gets kicked out of the party for Robo ASAP. Which is a bummer, because I do like her character quite a bit. Like, Robo's out there dealing max damage and tanking everything. Pretty good.
Don't like that this guy doesn't take any fire damage. I get it. It makes sense, but I hate it.
It does make this element of the boss fight pretty boring. Just... Normal attack, normal attack, normal attack.
Oops. Yeah, I tried to sneak in one more attack. I paid for it.
Gotta say, not this game's best moment. Kind of a boring boss fight.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Okay, the breakdown caption is pretty choice, I gotta say. I like just like a little text box. It's like, I'm dying.
Uh-oh. None of the food's any good. The design of this room, I always love because I can smell it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The brown stuff leaking out of the crates.
The dead guy in the corner.
It's like my parents' refrigerator.
Your parents' refrigerator had a dead guy in it?
Might as well have. What's the difference between a dead guy and a pasta salad that should have been thrown out 3 days ago?
Probably just the crime scene, right?
Yeah, that's. I mean, yeah, if you want to be fancy with it, Mr. Crime Scene.
Please, Mr. Crime Scene was my father. Oh. Oh, that guy had the password. Okay. All right. Or did he? Did I forget to grab something?
Huh?
I was always under the impression that you came back here and they were all excited to see you, and you're like, "Here's the seed."
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe I was supposed to.
Oh, there you go. You got to chase the rat.
I wonder if that. I wonder if that would have worked before talking to the rat.
So,
Huh?
I don't. So. Rat sprites are incredible.
What's that?
Those rat sprites are incredible. Just
Yeah.
the insane face on them. It is so Toriyama'd.
That ether's kind of mid. Boo. Oh, no, not her. God damn it. These guys suck. I have to step away for just a second to deal with a child issue.
So do your thing.
Yep, I'll be right back.
We are just chilling and enjoying the music. I guess, Chad, if you got questions, I'll answer them. If you got prompts, I will prompt them. Otherwise, enjoy the relaxing sounds of Chrono Trigger. All right, thank you. I was just grabbing some water. So, what do we have here? Who's your favorite character in Chrono Trigger? That would be Robo. Frog's cool too. I have a soft spot for Luca because she looks like my wife. But yeah, I think that's the order. I like sad characters. Robo's got a lot of pathos. Mike's like the IT crowd. What was your favorite show like that? Like BBC shows or shows about guys who work on computers? I guess I'm not sure what shows are like that. I haven't seen the IT crowd. I don't generally enjoy a lot of British comedy. I do like anything Charlie Brooker does. I like the Philomena Kunk stuff. I like Young Ones. It's really great. Nerdy shows. That's a little harder for me because I find nerdy subculture shit to be a little annoying. Don't know. I don't have a good answer for that.
What was the question?
Shows like the IT crowd that I enjoy, like with a nerd theme. And I tend to get irritated by that, so I don't know if that would work for me.
Yeah, I don't know of anything else like that I've been okay with, and I think it's mostly because like the IT crowd doesn't spend a lot of time on that. Like,
yeah,
that's not their that's not their core well that they go to.
Like juvenile sense of humor. So stupid word jokes, violence, pratfalls. That's what works for me. I I'm very happy to watch through a Leslie Nielsen movie from front to back, and will enjoy myself the entire time. Yeah, I just don't have an answer for that. Sorry. Favorite character in video games? I don't know. I don't know that I really think about games like that. So that's a challenge. Like, my instinct is to just say, like, a character from Street Fighter or something, you know? But I'm guessing that's not getting at the heart of the sort of what, or narrative element.
Yeah, Dudley's pretty good.
Dudley's-
Narratively as well.
That's true. Necro, incredibly sick, actually. Escaped from a Russian super soldier program like Wolverine, but decided to become a ballerina? Meets an 11-year-old who, like, teaches him how to be human and decides to be her protector at his cost to his own health, even when he's being hunted by the KGB and the Illuminati?
Yeah, you know what?
That's pretty...
Maybe my problems aren't all that bad.
Narratively, let's go with Chris from Suikoden 3. Who is like this knight who is forced to enact a genocide. And depending on how you play the game, she does. And, like, becomes a main character that carries a bunch of uncomfortable guilt around, that has a lot of, like, internalized question about violence. It's a beautiful game. Lots of interesting stuff about race in that game. And she's just like a very interesting pivot point for the rest of the story.
That's cool.
I also, yeah, oh, it's great. Have you played any of the Suikoden games?
I have not. They've always seemed daunting.
They're pretty wonderful, actually. Like, I think they are very easy to pick up, and generally speaking, are worth the time. Like, all 5 of them. Even the weird one where you're at sea. It's like a little pirate coded, I guess.
That sounds alright.
I also, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I also rather like Cyan from Final Fantasy VI, the sad samurai. Loses his family in a poisoning accident. The scene where you go into his dreams and you kind of have to walk through his strange memories and traumas and his relationship to his own kids and father. Like, what an interesting character for a 16-bit RPG to try to explore, and they don't really go into that depth too often during the game, but I think it's an ensemble cast. You don't get that much depth with anybody, really. Celis is really cool, too.
You stink, cat.
Oh, Tolth his ass. Get him out of here.
He got some stuff in his ears for ear mites.
Oh, he's a little dirty boy.
Yo, he's a little freak, huh?
He's a little dirty guy. He's got to go to the doctor to clean his problems. Leslie Nielsen, I just watched the Naked Gun, Spy Hard, and Superhero movie. I have not seen Superhero movie, but Naked Gun is one of the best films ever made. Incredible.
I think Spy Hard's the one where he's like, he's like, oh, you won't talk, eh? And the camera pulls back and it's a mime. It's like, take him outside and shoot him. And when you do it, use the silencer. And they just put a pillow over the gun.
Think of the bit in the first Naked Gun where Leslie Nielsen is trying to corner a guy and convince him to talk. And, like, he's like, tries to slip him a 5 to, like, hey, maybe this will change your mind. And the guy's like, I don't know. And then he slips him a 20, and he goes, okay, I'll talk. And then, like, the conversation goes back and forth, and suddenly Leslie Nielsen gets pissed, and he's, like, threatening him, and the guy goes, what if I give you $5? Would you be nicer to me? And then he's like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it. And then the criminal gives back the $20. And Leslie Nielsen's like, all right, we can call it off. It's so stupid,
Yeah.
but it's such a perfect joke.
Police Squad is a good thing to watch if you haven't, if you like the Naked Gun movies. A lot of the jokes are reused, but they also have a lot of a lot of stuff in there that doesn't make it out. That's just gold.
You get a lot more from the ensemble cast too, which is like good because they're all very fun actors, like big character actors with big silly faces, and
They
God, it's wonderful.
they have a bit at the end of one of the episodes where the episode ends with a freeze frame, but it's just they just arrested a guy, and so like the whole station, like all the cops, they do this freeze frame, and the guy they arrested is like looking around. He's the only one not frozen, and he just leaves.
Also, it should be said, Airplane is a phenomenal movie, incredible. The first two Naked Guns are really good. The third one's iffy.
Marl's reaction to this, finding out that like spiky lava ball is going to come from the center of the earth and destroy everything. She's like, this can't be the way the world ends. And like she has this emotional reaction to it. And I'm like, I feel like you should have more confusion at this point. Like, where did that come from? Like, what? But she goes straight to despair.
Get it though, I do, because like she's just like gone through an incredibly traumatic experience by traveling back in time in the first place, right? Like, and like right after this boy she just met is going to get executed because of her. Like, I can see her like in the pit of despair, and I also like that Luke is there the entire time, basically being like, "Sure, okay,
literally,
yeah,
I guess
sure."
so." Like,
Yeah. It's pretty great.
You know what? No.
Oh, that's awesome. That's why Luca's sweet, because she's just like, come on, bro. You're going to talk yourself out of a girlfriend, you fucking idiot. Alternate wingman.
I think we've talked about this before, but does Chrono Cross have any time travel elements, or is it just like implied through the story?
I think it's if they're there, they're subtle, or they only happen like once or twice.
Boo.
The big hook of Chrono Cross is parallel realities.
Okay.
So like the time traveling.
So they're doing the multiverse thing. That's been done enough. Thank you very much.
Literally.
I do like the whole thing. Like, I think I've talked about this phenomenon before. That, like, sometimes I won't, like, I'll be aware of, I think the earliest example I can think of is being aware of, like, some cultural, like, reference in Animaniacs or something. Like, or, like, Tiny Toons or something like that. And then years later, I see the thing that they were referencing. But by that point, even though they were the one that did it, it's become cliche. So, like, I see them do it, and I'm like, oh, they're doing that? Okay. All right, I guess so.
It reminds me of, like, an opera scene in a comedy. And it's like, people will be like, oh, that's the Bugs Bunny spot. And it's like, no, that's opera, you fucking idiot. Like, it's opera. He's not just, like, cross-dressing for fun. Well, maybe he is. But he's cross-dressing to look like an opera star. Like,
yeah.
There's a whole cultural reference there.
Let me make sure that my daughter did stay in bed. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hey, Tim Sawyer's by those games. Suikoden? Yeah, they are, pretty gosh darn great. If I were to give you the hard pitch on them, they are mechanically simple games with, I would argue, probably the most, like, conservative and careful storytelling I can imagine in an RPG. Just everything's about, like, very, personal relationships and, like family drama and stress. Yeah, there's elements of like saving the world and meeting gods and stuff like that. But it's really not the centerpiece of what the game is about. The game is really about every single one of those Suikoden games are all about this sort of like complexity that comes with knowing people and understanding people and having to rely on people. And the reason why I like Suikoden 3 a lot, generally as a game, is there's this like side segment where you are a mayor of a town and you have to sort of like do a lot of like social management and build new elements for your town based on who's like coming to move there. And all of this is separate from the game, where every single one of those characters can be like recruited into your party or like becomes a shopkeep or something. So you just see all these people from so many different angles when it comes to the storytelling, and it adds like a real narrative richness to the game that you don't really see in a lot of other RPGs.
Which game were we talking about?
Suikoden.
Oh, gotcha.
Starman says, in the Acquisition Inc. games, Chris Perkins recently told a story from college where a classmate described Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet as tired and cliche. Professor then told her that is what cliches are made of, or something along those words. Yeah, like you can go down the rabbit hole when it comes to story structures and semiotics all you'd like. Most stories are reverberations of other stories. Shakespeare's stories were just some of the first written versions of plays that existed socially and were really only recorded via vocal and performing tradition. He's the writer, he's the one that put them on paper, but they aren't necessarily his stories.
Did you know that Shakespeare stole Hamlet from The Lion King?
Not from the movie The Lion King, mind you, but from Mufasa. Like, he met him, and that became his story. It was supposed to be an autobiography. He cut him out of the picture.
Well, what did you discover? Doan just munches down the seeds. He's like, yeah, these are alright. You're strange. You're different from us. I think it's because we ate a burger, dude.
Ableist.
Healthy? What is this word, healthy?
Forgot the word healthy.
The little girl comes up is like, what are those? Like, we just said. Literally just said. Like, you waited for me to finish saying what they were so you could come and ask what they were. We got a bike key.
Let's go.
I used to ride it back when I was healthy. Yeah, get out of the way, dude. I got a bike to ride. Oh, let me save my game.
They just don't know the word healthy. Like, what a ridiculous premise. What does it mean to rest, Enertron? What does it mean that you were chilling? What is chilling?
We eat nothing but Costco $1.50 hot dogs for 3 meals a day.
Each one of these domes is just the remnants of a Costco.
Still got those hot dogs, though. You know they got those dogs.
Until the end of time, baby.
I don't know. I think that CEO dies and they instantly change the price.
Like, The new CEO comes out and says, "Yeah, this was all a bit that we were just putting up with."
I forget, is this an optional dungeon?
Yes, it is.
Oh, you know we gotta do it.
We know we are into this dungeon. Do not like the Glorpy guys. A buddy of mine accused One Piece of stealing from Bleach. A quick internet search showed we were both referencing something from real-world Japanese history. Many such cases. Although I can't say know anything about Naruto or Bleach. Oh, that's One Piece, not Naruto. All Mike knows about One Piece.
Oh, I know about One Piece.
He's a One Piece guy, and consequently a Japanese history guy.
750 episodes in. Let's go.
750 episodes in, and boy, do I have a lot to say about the caste system from the 1400s. It's not good.
Amelia's 250 in.
50?
250.
Damn. All right.
Yeah, she's been watching.
Is she like? She must be into it if she's watching.
Oh yeah, no, she's pilled for sure. I'll send you.
Okay.
So she's been playing this Barbie game, like where it's pretty much just a dollhouse on Switch where you like dress up all the different like Barbie characters, and she did like a pretty convincing job dressing up all of her characters like One Piece characters, and like enough so that she's like, hey, I did One Piece. She showed it to me, and I could tell who everybody was like instantly.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was sick. I was extremely impressed with it.
It's adorable. That live action one to come out like now.
Yeah.
Hop to it.
So you did watch the live action one, or?
I watched only the live action one, but I really loved it.
Yeah, it was great.
Then I watched the live action Yu Yu Hakusho. Kind of okay. It was fine.
Yeah.
It was okay. I saw they're doing a live action City Hunter. That'll probably be sick.
I won't say the thing I always say about Yu Yu Hakusho.
What's that?
I just said I won't say it.
Okay, fine. Wow.
No, we both know I said that because I really wanted to say it.
Let's go.
You know that they came out with a movie, and they missed the opportunity to call it Yu Yu Hakusho movie. Are you kidding me?
I know you get some sort of sick pleasure from that, Mike.
Yeah, that really does it for me. I'll tell you what.
Yu Yu Hakusho movie.
This is a tad on the spooky side. We just randomly went into a sewer for no reason.
I like that she's like, this place gives me bad feelings, and there were literally two frogs planning to commit crimes. They're gonna kill you, girl.
Also, this place gives me a bad feeling, and both of us just stare at her. Like, there was no response. We're just like, get in the hole.
In the chat said Yu Yu Hakusho podcast. That's really upsetting.
Yeah.
That's so upsetting. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't like that at all. I'm laughing because of how mad I am, okay?
Don't touch the cheese. Ah, I forgot. That's a trick saves point.
That's amazing.
That's not the one I wanted to attack.
Bubble attacks in video games at all. Like, how does it hurt?
Well, it pops. Come on.
Yeah. And have you ever felt the bubble pop? It's delightful.
Not one that
It's
big.
wonderful.
Not one that big. Have you ever had a bubble bigger than your entire body pop on you?
No, it sounds sick. I want that.
The forces, you don't understand, is like the forces, they grow exponentially as the size of the bubble increases.
Yeah, I'm for it though. Like, put me in the bubble. I can handle it. I'm gonna come out wetter and stronger.
I don't know. I still think it's not safe.
Yeah, well, buddy, let me tell you. I'm gonna get in the big bubble, and I'm gonna tell you what it's like.
You'll see. One day you'll all see.
You'll all see. Every single one of you in the chat, keep this in your memories, okay? And one day you're gonna say, oh, she was right. It's actually pretty chill to be in the big bubble. I wish I were there.
Come on, line up. Line up.
Have you ever had a bubble pop in your eye? Doesn't count. That's because it's soap, folks. There's soap in bubbles. If they were just water bubbles, it'd be fine.
Do water bubbles exist?
Water turns into bubbles?
Just pure water can turn into a bubble?
You can bubble water. It's a little difficult, but...
I don't think... No, air bubbles can come out of water. But I don't think they ever, like, form the water. There's got to be some sort of impurity in there that's causing the bubble.
Well, first things first. That's not what's happening in the game. That's clearly sewer water. Like, so I don't think it's so. Maybe it is. Maybe this is the cleanest sewer in the world.
You
But
have to admit there's impurities in this water.
That would cause potential bubbles?
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, I'll give you that. You know what? There are impurities in our lakes and rivers too, Michael.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
And
true.
they are upsetting enough that maybe they could blow bubbles.
I'm just saying, if you got 100% pure, like, distilled to the nth degree water, you are not making bubbles out of that.
So, I think you're probably right about that. But, what if I head down to a Superfund site? There's no telling. It could be anything. Also, I would assume there is some sort of machine that can do it. And maybe that's technofuturism. I don't know. But I refuse to give up on the future.
The Elon Musk of bubbles.
That's right.
You got a weirdly like alt-right bubble face.
My interviews are like, no, this is not like a special interest. I'm not getting off on this. It's a genuine intellectual inquiry. I'm not weird. I'm not upsetting. I'm just trying to blow a bubble.
50% counterattack rate. Yes, please. Give my boy the Rage Band. Sir Crawley is a sick name.
Who possibly gave him the Sir designation?
You don't think he's knighted?
No. Who did this worm? Who did this? No one. Those little flying Oculus guys, though, are adorable.
Mm-hmm. Guess what, Sir Crawley? You done fucked up.
Beaker in the chat says, I will look back on this day and think to myself I was there. Thank you. A bubble could be caused by too many oxygen molecules, would it not? Yeah, so this is the distinction Mike was making. You can have air bubbles in water raised to the surface. That happens pretty frequently. But in terms of forming a bubble that is like a film that will float in the air itself, his argument is that you can't do it with distilled water. I'm saying maybe you can. You know, it's another one of these realms that we explore in Game Crimes. There's a lot of nuance and difficulty. And then the next question is, wouldn't sewer water hurt more than soap?
That's true. Yeah.
Well, I'd say it depends on the sewer water. Like, We don't know what's going on in the future, and most of these things aren't human, so it's not human waste.
That's true.
Maybe it's nice with it. Who knows?
I'll shred ya.
Then folks in the chat saying that there's no such thing as normal or that normal is boring, or it's like, you guys did not grow up in the Midwest. There are plenty of normal people out there. It's fine. They like things I don't.
No! That wasn't meant to happen!
And if you're telling me, like, oh yeah, some people are normal, it's all perspective. No, here's what I'm saying, is that there's a select few of us that when we leave the house, we go to Steak and Shake. Okay? And other people
Our
don't
Steak
go
and
to
Shake caught fire!
Bro, come on!
Yeah. I don't think
Come
they're gonna
on!
reopen. I think they're done.
President Obama would be so disappointed in your town for not regrowing the Steak and Shake.
Have we talked about the Roger Ebert signs in the drive-thru to Steak and Shake?
So many times.
It bears repeating.
I think we did last week, maybe, but you know what? Folks need to know.
If I was taking the president out for dinner, I'd take him and his family to Steak and Shake, and they would be delighted.
Yes, he is the GOAT. That's what I'm saying. There are normal people, and then there are the elite tier, high caliber Steak and Shake supporters, and we're a different class. I'm sorry. We live different lives. We walk in different footsteps.
I feel like Steak and Shake's not there for us these days, though. Steak and Shake's not showing up.
You know, they're closing everywhere, but maybe we're not showing up for them. You know, like, here's what I'll say. I did my part. When I have to drive in to Columbus, Ohio, that shithole, and I have to spend my time there, 6 hours on the road to get there, and then I'm in concrete hell, I'm going to the Steak and Shake. I'm showing my support. I'm showing up. I'm being present. I'm being a good wife to the Steak and Shake general manager. Because I want there to be more Steak and Shakes, damn it.
Yeah, I think they're disappearing, though.
I know they are. That's why we need to get out there and we all need to buy Frisco Melts. Every single one of you.
It's hard because now they do the thing where you gotta scan a code to get your drink. Yeah, they don't have they don't have cashiers anymore. They got a little kiosk. And you go to the kiosk and it prints out your receipt, but it prints out a little second receipt that has a barcode on it. And when you go over to the drink machine, you have to scan that barcode so that it unlocks it. And actually will dispense sodas.
I don't fucking support that at all. You guys gotta get your shit together.
I'm telling you, that's what Steak and Shake is now.
Shake is in the name. You have a beverage-based brand and you're pulling that garbage?
Every day I thank the Lord that the Frisco Melt still tastes good.
Oh my god, it does though. Dude, it does. And the fact that you can go get a Frisco Melt at 1 a.m. makes it an elite tier restaurant.
I used to work at Caterpillar and I'd have to get in there at like I was going to work at like 4 a.m. and on the way in, like there was a Steak and Shake right next to the building I worked at, and you better believe I was getting shakes. that was breakfast. It was so good.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm telling you this, if you're on like a boring road trip through the Midwest, which is something I have done so many times, for work, for fun, whatever, and you find yourself on a country road at like midnight, you better believe you are dreaming of a Steak and Shake. It's going to be open. The food will actually taste good. Like, the french fries will be hot. They actually salt them and add pepper, too. Like, all I'm saying is that it's an oasis in a den of mediocrity. And we have failed Steak and Shake. They have not failed us. You might say that's cult leader speak. Maybe. But I'm buying in. I'm the right age.
Oh no, this wasn't an optional dungeon. You just don't have to do it until later.
Oh, right. Oh, you got extra levels. What else?
Yeah.
Also, freaky blue guys are so sick.
Yep.
The new. Shun the corrupt the normies are the message we're getting in the chat. And it's like, folks, that they can't be corrupted. That's what makes them normies. It's okay. We don't. Normal people are fine. We don't need to be afraid of them. They're just not really gonna have strong opinions on like Suikoden, you know. It's all good. Or maybe they do. You don't know. What if Mike and I are normal? Then your goose is cooked. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let me ask you a question, Mike. Does grilling in the backyard sound good to you?
Oh, that sounds all right.
Yeah. If you would you like to have a few friends over in the backyard? Maybe have a beer or something on a hot
Ooh,
day.
crispy boys.
A little. Yeah, you see where I'm coming?
Couple of crispy boys, and maybe we hit up the Olive Garden. It's Applebee's happy hour.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, and that's all it takes. That's all it takes, folks. Then you become normal, and you know what? It's fine. It's fine. You develop opinions on sandwiches. It's fine. Sometimes your opinions are too passionate. They scare normal people. You gotta reel yourself in. Or not.
I don't understand. I never understood that. Why they do the fake battle, and the battle animation is faster. I wasn't really
You're
sure what they were
really
going
in trouble
for there.
now. You're really in trouble now.
We're about to see some Mode 7. Hey, it's the man.
I'm sorry to be cool, but he's got an entire tube down his back dedicated for farting. Not good.
There's not even like much to this except just like try and stay in front of him, use your boost at the very end. Like there's no reason to do it early.
Pretty hard to fail too.
Speak for yourself. I've done it. I'm good at
Also,
it.
the skyline on this is like so apocalyptic. It's hilarious. Like, why does God have a strong opinion on your race with the sky? Are his fingers pulling through the clouds?
Let's go.
Beaker says, "Tell Mike to look into the camera and claim to be boring." I mean, you could. It'd be fine. I think you get away with it.
I'm so fucking boring.
Okay, let's see here. There are normal activities and normal people. There's a distinction. See, you're right about there being a distinction, but if you spend all of your time on normal activities, you become a normal person. You know, we are what we do. There's a difference between being normal and basic. Yes, basic is like, I don't know. It's a different level of normal. You know, it's a different flavor. It's pink Himalayan sea salt and kosher salt. Still the same thing, basically.
Yeah.
If subtle differences.
And the Proto Dome. They tricked me. You guys can move closer together. You can move closer together. Never mind.
D. Martin G says, "I enjoy my iodine salt." As you should. Like, most of your cooking should be done with fine grained salt.
I always love too how it tells you exactly what layer the spell effects are on when it disables the fog.
Let's go. That's our boy. That's the boy.
Yes. Oh, it's. I just think about that sad ass part.
Oh.
Don't want to spoil it for anybody. They'll see soon enough.
He has multiple sad parts. He's so sad.
Yep.
He's such a sad boy. I love him. He'll never know joy or peace.
Machines aren't capable of evil. Humans make them that way. We just hang out for a bit.
Also, his theme, holy shit.
Mm-hmm. I'm not your mistress, guy.
No fix, he says.
Give him a better name.
Uh... Beaker says, this song slaps. Have you heard the metal cover by E-Rock? I have not, but it's pretty great. Like, the idea of a metal cover is pretty great. I can get on board with that. I'm listening to it right now. E-Rock. E-Rock is the bad dude. Okay, yeah. See, I know this is gonna be good because it's like a 50-year-old guy in a Batman ringer tee.
Yes.
Rips. It's fun. He's just like, he's noodly, but that's cool. I got no problem with that. Advantage a little bit, if anyone's heard of them. T Martin G says never gonna give you up. Yes, it does kind of sound like never gonna give you up. That's sick.
say probably next save point, I'll call it.
That's probably a good idea. This isn't like a long dungeon, too.
Yeah. Actually, I wonder, it might be a while to the next one. I can't remember.
I know there's one in the factory itself. So you can, like, shelter. Beaker says, I thought his name was Frodo for a second. He's a long way from the Shire. I'm not saying anything that like other people haven't said 9 million times, but Toriyama drawing machines is... He's like the GOAT. He's like the best machine guy of all time.
Yeah, for sure. Let's try out our new combo moves. Oh, that's pretty good.
It's like right into a room of your least favorite guys.
Right? Exactly. Just thinking that. Oh, they're grouping up, though. We're good. And then they immediately split up.
You see 3 of them, but fight 9 of them. Be careful. This is what Amazon depots are going to look like in the distant future. Could be.
It's kind of what they look like now.
You know, it doesn't look like this, Mike, is the kitchen at Steak and Shake, which is wide open for all to see as they prepare your food. Ensuring quality, care, and customer service.
XABB.
Gotta say, I really love how many different sprites they have for treasure chests in this game.
Uh-huh.
Just one more little bit, one more little visual cue, one more little granular detail that makes the game work better, feel better.
But that Rage Band is really putting in the work.
Yeah. It's the one that gives you like the 50% return attack, is it?
Yeah. Which at this point in the game, when like Chrono's so much stronger than everybody else.
That's true. It's basically just an extra attack.
Let's go. We remembered him.
Hey, BB.
Yep.
Let's go. This is what your closed round 1 looks like, Mike. Sorry for putting Tabasco in your open wounds. I didn't mean to.
Oh my god. Oh, I didn't want to fight these guys again. They're putting in another arcade there. Did I tell you that?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, not around 1 though. It's like, from what I've seen, it's much worse. Some of it's going to be filled with like the most bullshit looking mini golf you've ever seen in your life.
Bro, no, no, no.
Yeah.
We have this part of Pittsburgh where all the tech dipshits bought offices, and there, I swear to God, there's a row that's essentially like a fancy strip mall, and there are 2 different competing adult indoor mini golf places on the same fucking strip in the same building structure.
Cool.
What is going on? What is going on? Why did we run out of ideas for like fun things to do?
Probably.
They closed my pinball store and then they put up a 8th mini golf course for tech guys? Come on. RP Kickback Pinball Cafe.
Bolt sword. Don't I already have that?
Sure do.
They sure want to make sure you don't forget anything. XABY.
You ready for a boomer joke?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a Generation Alpha name, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Zabby.
Oh my god. Okay. Alright, settle down.
That's right, I got 2 years till 40 and I'm gonna fucking enjoy it. Information on that one is so sick.
Mm-hmm. God, the whole like combo move system, it's so much more interesting than saying like, oh, Marl's got heal and then she's got heal 2 that heals more than one person or something like that. Having to commit 2 characters to it.
And yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and it's a significantly simpler magic system than most RPGs, right? Like, you get tech points, you get enough tech points, you learn a new spell. When you learn a new spell, maybe you'll get a new combo. Like, the sort of granularity and stat management that might exist in other games like this are just like completely taken out of your hands, and the decisions become more organic, like you were saying, more like special effect just costs 2 people rather than requires you to do, an Excel spreadsheet to pull it off.
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's our save game.
Well, that was good.
Yeah, we made a lot of good progress. It's still crazy to me that this is 3.5 hours into the game. It seems like we've done so much already.
I know. I mean, like, the last time I played through this, we were done in like less than 20. So
yeah,
this game is beautiful and gets its shit in there and out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna keep grinding on this for as long as y'all enjoy watching us do it. So I guess come back next week and we will leave the future.
Sick. All right, later, guys.
Adios.